So for the last 3 months, I've had one major question. Why is this camera so damn popular?
Canon ones have so much more character, has that like vintagey look, which I love.
This is the Canon G7X Mark III. This is a 7-year-old point-and-shoot camera that now costs more used than it ever did new. And everyone I know either owns one or personally wants one. And why is that? Now, just for full transparency, I am a professional photographer and videographer for the past 10 to 15 years, and I might be the worst person to ask about this camera because I really didn't know exactly why this camera was so popular. And my daily camera probably weighs more than most people's laptops or backpacks, honestly. So if you asked me a few years ago, what camera should I buy if I just want to take photos, I would probably recommend them the worst cameras. I would recommend them, $1,000, $2,000 professional cameras with interchangeable lenses that require you to, learn how to use manual mode to get the best out of the camera. And that expectation trying to get people to get something super expensive that they can grow into versus something that they would just be comfortable using was my worst mistake. So it turns out I had it completely backwards. Maybe I don't actually know that much about photography and the industry for why, people will be looking for certain things. And to help me figure out everything about this camera and why people love it so much, I had to call on an expert. This is my friend Brianna Rubinich. She's a content creator and social media manager for various companies. She's got a ton of experience understanding what's popular and the media landscape, so I had to call on her expertise. Hey Bri, how's it going?
Good, Brian, how are you?
I'm doing well. Well, thanks for hopping on because I wanted to ask you a bunch of questions about the Canon G7X. So why'd you buy this camera?
I actually bought it. My sister has a bunch of friends who already had it. I've been seeing it on social media for like a million years. And the camera produces really, really nice looking photos that a lot of people say you don't have to edit them. Like they come out perfect every time and they're higher quality than an iPhone photo is. And so once I was with my sister and her friends who have it and they were taking my picture, it was like a done deal for me. I asked them, I was like, okay, how do I get one today? Send me the link. I'm ordering it immediately.
So what about when you pick up the camera, like what really differentiates it from something like an iPhone? Because I feel like a lot of people might pick up a camera and they don't end up using it because they have their iPhone, which is a lot simpler. So what features about this camera do you think make it really compelling?
I think it's beneficial because it does have automatic settings and it is just like a point and shoot. Like you don't have to have like lens switches. There's not like a lot of technical components to it that could make it confusing if you were not used to using a camera. And then also iPhone photos have like a very distinct look to them. Obviously that's like pretty much the type of photos that saturate all of social media to begin with. And so when you see something from a more professional camera, it stands out a little bit. Plus the flash on the G7X creates like a much better experience and like a better result than an iPhone flash photo does. Oh, I really like it has this like pop out situation. So if you did want to take like a picture of yourself, or even if you were doing like video, like I feel like a lot of content creators who post YouTube videos or vlog style content will probably use that. Or even if you just have it up on like your tripod, like standardly, and you want to just be able to make sure you're in frame when you're like doing stuff, it's nice that the monitor pops up. And it also extends out a little bit too, which I think is nice. Also, it's just like kind of clout. Like you take out your camera and everyone's like, oh my gosh, wait, can I get one on the camera too? Can I get one on the camera too? So it's fun like for that part. And also the G7X is nice because it's pocket size, like it's small, so I can fit it in most of my going out bags. Like it's not a big drama to carry it around.
What are there things that annoy you about it? Like if there's certain things you could want to improve about the camera?
So the main draw for me and for a lot of my friends is the flash. It just like gives a really cool effect to the photo. Like I'll use the flash even in like full brightness, even in great lighting, because it still like kind of gives like a slightly different effect. But when you're in full brightness and you use the flash, it sometimes takes a minute to actually take the photo. Like you get like a busy little pop-up that comes up and it might take a little extra second. And then I haven't experienced this, but I have heard that if you drop it, it can be a little bit like fragile, like it can break if you drop.
Oh, that's another thing. Like, was it,
Yeah.
like, if you don't mind me asking, you don't have to say like the exact number, but like, how did you find it? Was it, you know, what was the buying process like?
So if you like straight up just look it up, because it's so popular, all the resale like vendors are charging like $1,200, $1,400 for the Mark II, and the newest one's the Mark III. They're charging like that much for like even just the Mark II. Especially if you want like the all black colorway, that's most popular, and they definitely upcharge a little bit more for that. One of my sister's friends got it from B&H in New York, and like obviously we don't live in New York, but you can call them on their like sales line, and they have a direct, like you're going through the menu options and they're like, press 1 for this, whatever. They have a menu option that's like, if you're interested in buying the Canon G7X Mark 1, 2, or 3, click 5 or whatever, and you get connected with a sales associate, and you get put on a wait list, and then you give over your credit card information there, and you get it for retail, which is I think like $750. So it's a lot less than the resale ones. And the guy on the phone told me that it would be like a month or 2 before I received mine, and it shipped in 2 weeks. So that's been the best way. I think that's been the way that I've recommended everybody get it, and the way that I've been told to get it, and it's been the most successful consistently. Because if you go on B&H's website and you go on their wait list, like you will never hear back from them. It's one of those things where like they'll send you an email when it's back in stock, but it's at like 2 a.m. and they sell out immediately. Then you really never get it.
Oh my God, I had no idea. Is that popular that it's on the dial?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, that I have to include that in the video. That is like super clutch information. Thank you for being the expert on this camera, Bri.
No problem. Bye.
So this is kind of a quick video, but from my personal experience, like I honestly did not dig through everything in this camera like a gearhead. I just took this camera out whenever I was going to something. I went to some soccer games, I just went out with some friends, and I would just bring this camera with me, and that was the biggest perk of this. It's tiny, it's got a selfie view, it's got a pop-up flash, and it'll probably just fit in your pocket or your purse or your bag, just like an iPhone, but the quality is unmatched to an iPhone. Those 3 things, the selfie, the flash, and the photographic quality of the lens, and being able to bring this in anywhere, like concerts or sporting events like stadiums, those are the biggest perks of this camera, and it's so easy to use. I never took this off auto, even as a professional. So the biggest hurdle for me was to get over like the specs inside of this thing. It's got a 1-inch sensor or something similar to that. It's not very big, the battery life isn't that amazing, but I would take this out for personal pleasure than I would take out my Sony cameras or my gigantic film cameras if I was just going out and about. So that is the biggest perk about this. But the one thing I will say is that these cameras are really hard to find, and yes, subjectively they're overpriced, because for some reason, a lot of camera manufacturers don't just make it as simple as this. They don't have, the selfie screen with the flash. Like, there's always something missing when I research other point and shoot cameras. So you could get the previous iteration of this camera, the G7X II, but these go for well over $1,000 used on the market. But of course, like Bri had mentioned before, if you're really savvy and you have some patience, just call B&H ahead and get on their wait list, and you might get one of these cameras sooner for retail price. I wouldn't spend more than $1,000 on this. Some people are spending $1,300, $1,400 US on this camera, and that's where I would say that's the line. I will not go over that. But thanks for watching. I had so much fun with this camera for the last 3 months. I need to return it because it was a rental. I did not buy this. And I'll leave some of the photos at the end that I didn't include in the rest of the video. Thank you. Peace.